Okay, no problem. Here in this case, the work done here you can write W is equals to formula F into S nana. Why? Because I am moving on the path of circle, means it is translatory motion. The dipole is, the pole is not rotating about one particular axis. So that is F into S. There, if I see the direction of magnetic field is along the circular path. Okay. So the force on a pole in magnetism chapter is equals to, I think you remember, M into B, which is similar to F is equals to EQ in the chapter charges and fields. Okay. So suppose a charge is placed in in an electric field, then the force is EQ. When a pole is placed in a magnetic field, force is equals to M into B. Okay. Using that formula, Nana, you can find out the work done. And here, no need to integrate, Nana. Why? Because along the path of circle of this much radius, okay, the magnetic field at any point will be same. Okay, magnetic field is same means B is constant, M is constant, hence force is constant. If force is constant, no need to go to integration. Straight away you can write F into S. Okay, F is M into B into S. Look at now, I am moving along the circular path. Means displacement is along the circular path. Force is also along the circular path. Both are in the same direction. So in the dot product, theta is equals to 0 degrees. So here I write cos 0. Cos 0 is equals to 1. So you will get F into S. He is asking after completing one circle, what will be the work done? One circle means the displacement will be 2 pi r along the path of circle. Okay. So here along the path of circle, the displacement is 2 pi r. Don't say 0. Okay. Don't get confused. Generally, when our motion is straight line, what we say, when a person completes one circle, displacement is equals to 0. Okay, here look at force and displacement are in the same direction. Same direction means we have to take in the direction of force, the displacement is 2 pi r. Okay, where B is equals to, no need to say Nana, if I consider it as infinite state conductor, B is equals to mu naught I by 2 pi r, all of you know. Okay, and you can substitute that formula in that work done formula, and W is equals to, you will get here W is equals to M into B is mu naught I by 2 pi r, okay, into 2 pi r. Okay, actually no need to substitute, you can do that, but I want to tell one concept here, Nana. 2 pi r get cancelled, then the work done is equals to mu naught M I. Okay, if it completes one circle, suppose it is rotated on the circular path, 2 rotations here, then I have to write 4 pi r, Nana. 4 pi r means into 2. Okay, if I complete 3 rotations, I have to write into 3. If it completes n rotations, I have to write here into n. Okay, so in that case, for n rotations, I am writing the displacement as 2 pi r into n. So this is equals to mu naught mi into n. I have to write. Okay, so the work done, if you see in this formula, it is independent of the radius of circle, that is get cancelled here. Okay, that's why suppose if they ask to complete one rotation around this current carrying conductor, whom the pole, magnetic pole, monopole, in a circle of radius say 1 meter, the work done is equals to, here suppose 10 joules. Okay, then what is the amount of work done in rotating the same magnetic pole, but in a circle of radius say 2 meters? Then no need to solve this problem, Anand. To complete one circle, there to complete one circle, here also to complete one circle, the work done will be same, that is equals to 10 joules. Why? Because it is independent of radius of circle on which you are rotating. Okay, so that is one concept related to amount of work done. And then here, suppose if I take this is one infinite straight conductor, Nana. Okay, carrying current some I. Okay, and here suppose it is placed perpendicular to the plane of the earth. Okay, and here means like this now. If it is the horizontal surface of earth, the wire is placed perpendicular. Okay, means I am entering into the null points concept now. Then they may ask where the null points are formed. Okay, where the null points are formed means to find the null point, actually we require two magnetic fields at least in opposite direction as well as equal in magnitude. Then only the null point will be formed. Okay, so here in this case, one magnetic field is formed by the current carrying conductor. Okay, to understand here, suppose you assume the board as the surface of earth. And here, these are the directions like the north, south, east, and west. Okay. And here to the plane of the surface of earth. Okay. Current carrying conductor is placed perpendicular, means taken like this. Okay. And suppose carrying the current outwards, means practically upwards. Okay. Upwards on the board, I am taking like this. Okay, why? Because I am assuming the board as the plane of earth. Okay, so here upwards means then immediately it forms the magnetic field in a circular path of radius some r. Okay, upwards means magnetic field will be in clockwise direction like this. At different points, if I draw the tangents, I will get the directions of tangents like this. Okay, in this case, suppose if you consider the Earth's magnetic field also, Earth's magnetic field is always from south to north, geographic south to geographic north. This is the direction of BH. So here the BH you will get like this. Okay, on the surface of Earth at any point it is always directed from south to north. So even here also at a point towards north, you will get BH in the upward direction only, means towards north. And here also I will get from south to north. This is the direction of BH. And even here also towards a point here towards the south. Here I will get BH in this direction. Okay, BH is always from south to north. At any point south to north. Okay, so look at here. There is a chance to get a null point here, Nana, towards west. East, there is no chance to get a null point. Both are in the same direction. North and south, the magnetic field produced by the current carrying conductor and BH both are perpendicular. That's why there is no chance to get null point. But here towards west, you will get a chance, you will get a null point towards west, Nana. So here in this case, if they ask, okay, if the current carrying conductor carries the current in the upward direction, okay, in what direction you will get the null point? Then you can say the answer westwards. Okay, suppose the current carrying conductor taking the current inwards, then no need to solve, Nana. Immediately you will get the null point due east. Okay, so if the current carrying conductor is placed perpendicular to the plane of the earth, you will get the null point either east, due east, or due west. Okay, upwards west, downwards east. Okay, so in this case, the null point is formed at what distance from the conductor? If they ask, very simple, Nana, at null point, the magnetic field produced by the current carrying conductor should be equal to the Earth's magnetic field in magnitude. Why? Because B net we have to write B plus or minus BH. Okay, resultant means B bar plus BH bar. This is better. Okay, so here the at null point, all of you know, B net is equals to 0. That's why I wrote here B net equals to 0 means these two must be equal in magnitude and opposite direction. So B is equals to BH, what I wrote, equal in magnitude. Whereas B due to infinite state conductor, you can write mu naught I by 2 pi R is equals to BH. But take care while solving the problem, Anna. Suppose he said one end is on the surface of Earth, other end is extended to infinity. Then look at the point, okay, one end is finite, other end is infinite. If one end is finite, I think this is not the formula. If one end is finite, then we have to write mu naught I by 4 pi R. So depending upon the question, you have to change Nana. Okay. If one wire is taken, which is penetrated, which is already penetrated into the earth, and from there we took the wire, then we can take both sides are infinite ends, then we can write mu naught I by 2 pi R. But in general, we can't pass this wire into the earth. Okay. Generally, we place that wire on the surface of earth. On the surface of earth means one end is finite. So the general case is mu naught I by 4 pi R, that is equals to BH. Yes, any doubt, Nana, here?
No, sir.
Okay. So here in this case, you can find what is R, Nana. Okay. And they may ask, I think you know one more model here. Okay. That is, I think you solved from your material also. Suppose I am taking one infinite state conductor, not perpendicular to the board, parallel to the board, not perpendicular to the earth, parallel to the surface of earth. Okay, parallel to the surface of earth, and it is considered as infinite state conductor. Okay, then here at what point you will get the means at what distance you will get the null point. Okay, to get the null point on the surface of earth, it should carry the current in what direction? Two questions are there, Nana. Okay, for that what I am taking here, suppose these are the directions as usual, north, south, east and west. Okay, means this is I am taking east, west and here north and south. Then in this case, Nana, if I take the current carrying conductor in the direction of east and west and carries the current, here look at, towards east, then downside means on the surface of earth. Why? Because I took the conductor at a height, some h from the surface of earth. At a height from, this is surface of earth and it is the position of conductor, Nana. Okay. On the surface of earth, he is asking, okay, will you get the null point? If you get the null point, then it should carry the current in what direction? Okay, then due to the flow of current on the surface of earth, I will get into. Into means look at previous assumptions. This is east, west, and that is north and it is south. Okay, north means I am getting the magnetic field towards north. Okay, look at BH. BH is also towards north, south to north. Means if it carries the current towards east, I am getting B and BH in the same direction below the conductor. Okay, so it is not possible to get a null point below the conductor. Then suppose he changes the question. Is it possible at least at a point above the surface of conductor? Yes. Why? Because above the surface of conductor, if you select one point, due to the flow of current, look at my fingers. Here they are towards south, Nana. Why? Because I assumed it is north and this direction is south. Okay. So here north to south to north direction BH, and here I am getting the fingers exactly opposite in opposite direction to BH. That's why what can I conclude? If the current carrying conductor carries the current towards east, then the null point is formed above the current carrying conductor. Okay, I'm not writing everything there. Then the null point is formed above the current carrying conductor. Okay, so in this case, Nana, at the null point, again the condition is B is equals to B. due to the current carrying conductor is equals to Earth's magnetic field. Whereas B is equals to, this time keep in mind, I am taking it as infinite state conductor. So mu naught I by 2 pi R, not 4 pi R. Okay, that R I am taking it as a height h. So I write R is equals to h. Okay, from this you can say at what height the null point is formed. Okay, if it carries the current due west towards west, then you can say the null point is formed below the conductor, and you will get the null point even on the surface of Earth also. Okay, then if they ask the current carrying conductor to be placed at what height to get a null point on the surface of Earth, and the current should flow in what direction? If they ask, he is asking below the conductor. Below the conductor means we understood the current should flow in westward direction. Okay, and below the conductor again at null point our condition is B is equals to BH. B is equals to BH means again we write mu naught I by 2 pi H is equals to BH. Okay, here also we are going to get the same formula. Okay, and this is one more concept related to null points, Nana. Here look at, in both the cases we considered Earth's magnetic field and we took only one conductor, Nana. Okay, if I take more than two conductors or two conductors simply, okay, then in that case how to get the null points by neglecting the Earth's magnetic field? If they ask, then here, Nana, you can take okay, you can take here, suppose this is one infinite state conductor carrying the current I1, and this is one more infinite state conductor carrying the current I2, carrying the currents in the same direction. Okay, and they are placed parallel to each other. And the known concept to you all here, if they are separated by a distance r, what will be the force? That all of you know. F is equals to, no need to explain, mu naught I1 I2 L by 2 pi r. Okay, not to get the force infinity. Why? Because they are infinite long, Nana. In general, what they ask, if they are infinite state conductors, instead of asking the force, they ask force per unit length. That's why between the infinite state conductors, generally we calculate F by L, force per unit length, which is equals to mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi r. Okay, so this one all of you know. Okay, and here in between, sorry, same concept. Suppose if they ask, okay, like considering the gravity also, this model also I think you know. This is one straight conductor, infinite long, carrying the current some I1. Okay, above the current carrier, suppose if you place one finite conductor of length L, okay, carrying the current I2, right? And here, suppose the conductor is floating in the air without any support. Means this is one infinite state conductor and this is one finite conductor. And this is without any support, it is floating in air. Floating in the air means actually it is placed above the conductor, means he is considering the gravity also there. So here the gravity acts downwards. Okay. And here they are carrying the current in the same direction. Nana. Same direction means I think all of you know, if the currents are in the same direction, the force will be attractive. Okay. Force is attractive means the force also you will get in the same direction. If both are in the same direction, then net force never equal to 0. That's why here, if you place another conductor of finite length, the current should flow exactly in opposite direction. Keep in mind, if it is placed above the conductor. Okay. If you place one more conductor here down, carrying the current I3, okay, without any support, it is also floating. Then you can say here, mg downwards, okay, To balance this Mg, you have to get the force between these two conductors without the second conductor. 1 and 3 I am asking. Okay. So here the force between these two must be attractive. Means here the current should flow in the same direction if the finite conductor is placed below, and if the finite conductor is placed above, the current should flow in opposite direction. Opposite direction means then immediately the force between these two is repulsive. You will get the force like this. If they are equal, you know the net force on the conductor is equals to 0. Hence, it will get balanced here. So in this case, if it is floating in air, I can write F is equals to mg. That F is equals to, we write mu naught I1 I2. L length is given L by 2 pi. Here suppose the distance is r, 2 pi r equals to mg. Okay. In this model, they may ask the mass per unit length. Mass per unit length, that is nothing but actually called as linear mass density in your waves chapter. So they may ask mass per unit length also. M by L is equals to, you can write mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi r into G is taken to the other hand. Okay, anyone you can solve now, depending upon the question. Right? This is one more model related to the force of attraction between the conductors. Okay, and here look at, instead of that force concept, if they ask between the parallel conductors only, we are discussing initial only parallel conductors. Okay, if they ask the null points, means a carrying conductor and it is also another carrying conductor carrying the currents in the same direction, both are of infinite length, separated by a distance r. Okay, suppose if they ask where the null point is formed, that is in between or outside. If it is in between, at what distance? Okay, this type of model generally we do in charges and fields. When two charges are separated, and if they are like, the null point is formed, means neutral point is formed in between. If they are unlike, the neutral point is formed outside the line joining. That you know in charges and fields chapter. Same type of question he is asking in this chapter, moving charges and mechanism. Suppose here in between, at a point, I am assuming at a point at a distance x from the first conductor. Suppose the neutral point is formed, means the magnetic field formed by the first conductor, which is into, already I represented the direction. And here second conductor gives the magnetic field into on the other hand, and out here on this hand. Okay, out means here the magnetic field will be out. This is D2. Magnetic field will be into due to the first conductor. I am getting both the magnetic fields in opposite direction. That's why there is a chance to get a null point here. At the null point, again our condition is the two magnetic fields must be in opposite direction and should be equal in magnitude. So I have to write B1 is equals to B2. Then B1 due to infinite state conductor is your formula mu naught I1 by 2 pi r. R means the point is selected at a distance x. So 2 pi x equals to the magnetic field due to the second conductor is mu naught I. I means I2 by 2 pi, and the distance between these two point and the conductor is r minus x. That is r minus x. Here I write. So mu naught by 2 pi get cancelled. Then I will get I2 by I1 is equals to, I can write r minus x by x. So if you split this, r by x minus x by x is 1, then you will get the final formula here as, that is r by x is equals to, you are getting I2 by I1 plus 1. Therefore, x is equals to, you will get r divided by, that whole term is taken to the denominator, I2 by I1 plus 1. Okay. Keep in mind, in the same way, you are finding out the x from I1. From which conductor you are finding out x, that we have to write in the denominator here, in the formula. Keep in mind. And suppose if they carry the currents in opposite direction, no need to solve. You will get the null point outside. Why? Because it is carrying the current upwards, means you should get outwards here due to the first conductor. It is carrying the downwards, means that side out, Nana. Means on the left hand side you will get into, this is V2. So you will get a null point not in between, outside of one of the conductor. Outside means close to whom? Close to the weaker strength. If I1 is 2 amperes and this is 6 amperes, okay, straight away I say the null point is formed close to the weaker current. So here the null point is formed always close to the weaker current, means I1 should be less than I2, what I'm saying. Okay. And in the same way, if you solve this one in the way, means from the first conductor is at a distance of x, from the second conductor, look at it is at a distance of r plus x, Nana. Okay, so if you put r plus x, finally while solving, you will get +1 and there you will get -1. Therefore, x is equals to, straight away you can write it as r by I2 by I1 -1. Okay, in this formula again keep in mind I1 is the weaker current. Okay, so it is close to the weaker current. So this is one more model related to the null points, Nana. And suppose if they give more than 2 conductors. Okay, so related to more than 2 conductors, they may ask what will be the force, what will be the ratio of forces, what will be the ratio of magnetic fields at different points, Nana. Say one example here. Suppose these are the 3 conductors placed like this. Okay, at different distances, like 1 meter, and that those 2 are placed at a distance of 2 meters. Okay, separation. And the currents are 1 ampere, 2 ampere, and 3 ampere, given like this. Okay, then they may ask what will be the force on middle conductor, or what will be the force on first conductor, or what will be the force on third conductor, considering all the 3 as infinite long. Okay, there, suppose on the first conductor, the force due to the remaining 2 conductors, if I take it as F1, and on the second conductor, due to the remaining 2 conductors, let it be F2, and on the third conductor, due to the first 2 conductors, the force, let it be F3. Okay, if they ask what will be the ratio, F1 is to F2 is to F3, okay, then very simple, Nana. Here, suppose if you consider the F1 part, okay, the force on the first conductor due to the second is they are in opposite direction. Opposite means repulsive force. Okay, and these 2 are in the same direction due to the third conductor. These 2 are in the same direction. Same direction means force will be in this direction. So F1, what I have to write, net of these 2. Don't say straight away 0, Nana, since they are in opposite. Okay, so here F1 will be the resultant of these 2 forces. Okay, the leftward force is force between these 2, which is mu naught I1 I2, that is 1 into 2 into L. Generally here they are infinite length. That's why all the times we take force per unit length. So force per unit length divided by 2 pi r. The distance between these 2 is 1. Okay, this is your first force, Nana. And the other force here between first and last, which is equals to opposite direction. So minus mu naught I1 I3 by the distance between these 2 conductors. We have to write 1 plus 2, that is 3. Okay, so you are getting, of course, 2 pi here. So here you are getting mu naught by 2 pi into common is 2. Okay, and here 3 by 3, that is 1. So you have by 2 pi nano. Okay, in the same way you have to calculate the force on second, force on third. Okay, so here force on second conductor means again these 2 are in opposite direction. Opposite direction means the second conductor will be repelled by the first conductor. Repel means it is the force. That force here I am writing down straight away. Mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi, r is 1 meter. Okay, force per unit length. Length is taken to the other hand. And between these two also in opposite direction. Anna. Opposite direction means the force on second conductor will be the repulsive force repelled by the first conductor. It will be in opposite direction. Okay. Again, they are in opposite means minus. I have to write mu naught I1, that is 2, into I2, that is 3, by the distance between these two is 2. Okay. So here, of course, again I forgot 2 pi here. So mu naught by 2 pi, this will be 2 into 1, 2 minus 3. That is equals to mu naught by 2 pi into 2 minus 3 is actually minus 1. That magnitude of force will be 1. Okay. So the negative sign in the force indicates only the direction. Okay. That's why I'm writing here this is 1. 2 minus 3 actually minus 1. Magnitude is 1. Okay. And in the same way, here the F3 I am writing, these two are in the same direction, first and last. Same direction is attractive. That one first I am writing. Okay. That F3 I am writing here. Mu naught I1, I3, 1 into 3 by the distance is here 2 and 1, no, 2 plus 1, totally 3. And here these two are in opposite direction. Opposite direction means repulsive, like this. Okay. Repulsive means force between these two is minus in opposite direction to the first. So minus mu naught by 2 pi into I1, I2, 2 into 3 divided by distance is 2. Okay. Again mu naught by 2 pi common. You are getting here 1 minus 3. Again minus 2. So magnitude will be mu naught by 2 pi into 2. So finally you can say the answer. What will be the ratio of F1 is to F2 is to F3? Okay. In all mu naught by 2 pi common. So mu naught by 2 pi, mu naught by 2 pi, and mu naught by 2 pi. If you cancel from, you will get 1 is to 1 is to 2. So answer will be 1 is to 1 is to 2. Okay. That type of model they may ask, Nana. And they may ask, is there any chance to get the null point? Okay. Means the concept will be same. Here between these two, actually opposite direction, those two are in the same direction means actually first you have to assume at one point. Okay. At a distance of x from the first conductor, I am assuming the null point is formed here. Okay. That null point will be at what distance means we have to equate the three magnetic fields formed by the three conductors. Okay. Three magnetic fields means due to the first conductor magnetic field will be B1 is equals to mu naught I by 2 pi x. Okay. Due to the second conductor, here this is downwards means that also gives into here. Right. B2 is equals to mu naught I is 2 amperes. Nana. Here I is 1 ampere by 2 pi into the distance between these two is 1 minus x. 1 minus x, 1 minus x. And due to the third conductor, look at here, this will be outwards, Nana, at the point. Outwards means the third one gives out here. First one, second one, and third one. Okay. Third one, B3 outwards. These two are into, and this is out. Mu naught I is 3 by 2 pi into, here the distance up to the point is still here we have to measure that is 2 plus 1 minus x. 2 plus 1 minus x is 3 minus x. Okay. So these two are in the same direction. I have to take B1 plus B2 should be equals to in opposite direction to B3. By solving this equation, you will get the answer. Okay. And here how to say sir, it is formed in between or outside. So in this case, suppose if you get the answer, your assumption is wrong. So I have to come again outside. Right? In that way, we have to solve Nana. Means this is not easy to find out the magnetic field where the, it is not so easy to find where the null point is formed. Okay. This is the model, what I am trying to say to you. Okay. Here, any doubt in these concepts, Nana? Then Suppose if they ask, till now what we discussed, if you take a parallel conductors, then what will be the force where the null points are formed? Okay, that concept we discussed. Suppose the conductors are not parallel, if the conductors are perpendicular to each other. Suppose this is one infinite long straight conductor carrying the current I1, and suppose one finite long conductor of length L is placed here. Okay, it is carrying the current I2. Okay, what will be the force between two conductors if they ask? Okay, for that very simple, Nana. Here, the second conductor is in the magnetic field of first, and the first conductor is in the magnetic field of second. Okay, so better those two forces are mutual, Nana. First one is suppose trying to attract or repel with some force. Second one also tries to attract or repel with the same force. Okay, this is like action and reaction. So any one you can calculate. That is like F on second by the first, or F on first by the second. Anyone you can calculate. Okay, so here easy thing is finding out the force on second. Why? Because it is finite long. Force on second due to the first. So here problem is, if you consider few elements here on the conductor, all the elements are not at the same distance from the first conductor. If I assume one more element here, then the distance will be changed. If the distance is changed, what is the problem, sir? Actually, the second conductor is in the magnetic field of first. So the magnetic field strength gradually changes from point to point. That's why here the B formed at one point, which is mu naught I means I1 by 2 pi. Suppose it is assumed at a distance of x. Okay, 2 pi x. This x is variable. That's what I'm saying. If x is variable, B is variable. If B is variable, then force on all of you know the formula is Bill. Okay, sine theta. Sine theta again I am not writing now. Why? Because magnetic field is into the board. Into the board means perpendicular to the conductor. So I have to write sine 90. That one I am not writing. So BIL. I means the current passing through the conductor. Okay, that is I2. B is magnetic field here. Magnetic field is formed by the first. So this is B1. Okay. So this is the force on second by first. So that F is equals to what I have to write, mu naught I1 by 2 pi x. This is B1. I2 into L means at this point you are assuming one element of length dx in the direction of x. So that L I have to write dx. So you are finding out the force on small element means this should be df. Okay. Therefore, F means what to do, all of you know, by doing the integration. By doing the integration means mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi. This is integral 1 by x dx. That is log x. So here this is equals to mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi into log x. Keep in mind, this is in integration, you will get all the times log base e nana. Log base e means ln. So log x in the limits means from the first end to last end, you have to, first end is suppose at a distance of r, then I have to write lower limit is r to other end r plus l. So other this end is at a distance of r plus l. So the force on second conductor, you are getting the formula mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi into log r plus l minus log r. Log r plus l minus log r is log r plus l by r. Okay, which is mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi into log 1 plus l by r. Okay, this is the formula what you got, force. Okay, in this case the force acts in what direction? Okay, force acts in what direction means, look at Nana, using the Fleming's left hand rule, B is into, current is in the direction of that is towards right. So you are getting the force upwards. At all points, B is up, B is into, at all points, current is towards the right. So at all points, force will be upwards. That's why on the second conductor, you will get the force in the upward direction. Okay, that force we calculated, right? In this case, my intention is, this is the net force acting on the conductor. Okay, but on each element, if you find the force, that force is not same, and that too, that force is maximum at lesser distance, and that force is minimum at more distance. Means if I assume the element here, which is at lesser distance, if distance is less, force will be more. Means I am saying here the force is more on one small element. Okay, and if you come to the farther end, distance is more from the conductor, the force will be less. So here also the force is in the upward direction, but force will be less. Okay, to mention the strength of force, Nana, here I drew one bigger line, there I drew one smaller line. Okay, look at the two ends, the force magnitudes are not equal. Force magnitudes are not equal means you are trying to pull this one upwards, this side with lesser force, that side with more force. Means it tries to rotate like this. It tries to rotate. That's why don't say it experiences the translatory motion. It experiences the translatory motion and experiences the rotatory motion also. That's why theoretically, if you find, if they ask any question, here we have to write it experiences both translatory and rotatory motions. Okay. In this case, if they ask, extending the concept, okay, since there is a translatory motion, okay, generally, fundamentally, they ask what will be the force. That part is over. Okay, not only translatory, rotatory motion is also there. Rotatory motion means unless the torque acts, there will be no, there will not be any rotatory motion. That's why here we require the torque also for the rotatory motion. If they ask the torque, then how to solve? Okay, for that, what we are doing here, suppose this is the current carrying conductor and it is the second one, I1 and I2. In the same way, at a distance x, I am assuming one small element, okay, at a distance x, and on that force here, okay, means same thing, okay. That force here, I wrote dF is equals to what, mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi x, okay, into dx, right? So here, that is the x. Then he is asking what is the torque. Torque means the major important thing is, for rotational physical quantities, we require axis now. About what axis it is rotating, we don't know. Okay, that's why suppose I am assuming one point, let's say suppose about its center of mass, means about its center. It is trying to rotate. I am assuming the axis of rotation here. Okay. Then here, since it is assumed at a distance x on the left side, I can say from center, from axis of rotation, the distance to the element means distance to the force. Okay. From axis to the force, the distance, can I write total? It is L by 2 Nana. This part is L by 2. Okay. So you observe here. Suppose it is center. Okay. Till here it is L by 2. Okay. And it is R. And this is X. I require what is the distance from the element to the center. Element to the center means this is equals to how much? Look at here. This total length is R plus L by 2. Okay. I think you are able to see from here to there. Total is R plus L by 2. Until here it is X, means remaining part will be R plus L by 2 minus X. Okay. So from axis to the element, the perpendicular distance will be, okay, R plus L by 2 minus X. Okay. Why you require perpendicular distance, sir? To find out the torque, I require force into perpendicular distance. So d tau here I have to write mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi x dx. This is force into perpendicular distance is r plus L by 2 minus x. Okay. Later you can do nana. The torque is equals to straight away mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi into here r plus L by 2 minus x by x, okay, by x into dx. This part we have to integrate there. Okay, that part how much you can say very easily. Okay, which is equals to mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi into integral, this is r plus L by 2 whole divided by x minus 1 into dx. Okay, by splitting that part. So here you can say this is mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi into r plus L by 2 into 1 by x dx is log x. Okay, minus this is here 1 dx is x. Okay, and you are trying to find out here what the torque about this axis, about this axis, and that too you are saying from center to the element the distances. From the center to the element you are saying the distances means from center one end is at minus L by 2, other end is at a distance of plus L by 2, or minus L by 2 to plus L. Okay, just substitute the limits now, you will get the answer there. Okay, this is the torque. Right? So likewise, they may ask few questions now related to the torque between the two conductors. Okay, you may ask, sir, I am taking the two conductors not parallel, not perpendicular, making some angles, sir. In this case, Nana, look at, suppose if the angle between these two conductors is theta, okay, you can't find out what is the net force on full segment, Nana. You can find the force on one small element. That's why even in previous mains also he asked on one small element at a perpendicular distance from the conductor, say some r. Okay, suppose it is carrying the current in this direction. Okay, take it as opposite direction. Why should we take all the times in the same direction? Opposite. So repulsive force. In what direction? All of you know. B is into, this is the direction of current, means repulsive, perpendicular to the conductor. You will get this is DEF. Okay. So due to one element only, on one element only, they ask generally in exam. So that DF is equals to, you can write mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi. The distance is r into the length is dx. You can write. Okay, that is df, Nana. The force on one small element if the two conductors are making some angle theta. Okay, right. This is the story. And here, look at in this formula, we did not get any theta term, Nana. Okay, if you want one component perpendicular to like this, then you will get theta term. Okay. Why? Because this formula we are getting with what? B into I into L cross B, Nana. Okay. B is into, so to any element B is perpendicular. So L and B are perpendicular, Nana. That's why I took sine 90. Okay, this part. If they ask one component either like a repulsive outwards or perpendicular like this, then you can say one component. Okay. So here these two are corresponding perpendiculars, means this is theta. You can say this component is df cos theta. Okay. This is one more story, Nana, related to parallel conductors. Okay. And then here, oh, it's 12:30, Nana. Still many concepts are there in this chapter. Solenoid, toroid, moving coil, galvanometer. Okay. Do you have any doubt in those concepts, Nana?